This is part 2 of the Henny Saville Exploration. So at this point I've blocked all my colour in, and I decided to try to bring the skin colour together a bit by using chalk pastels. It wasn't particularly successful. Started to try to bring in some dark brown to just sort of like try to redraw. I just wanted to try and get all of that skin tone to come together. So I found a chalk pastel that looks a pretty similar colour and started to apply that. Henny Saville does use the oil pastels and chalk pastels, but yeah, I don't think it worked very well. But I drew in some of the highlights, and I just wanted that face to look a little bit more whole. Redrew then the facial features because I felt like they, especially around the nose, that was all disappearing a little bit. And then put the masking tape on the cheek. So I was trying to just get that in the same place approximately. So at this point I decided to start adding in some of the colours that you can see. So just using trying to get the same blue, mixing it with white. I used both warm blue and ultramarine and white. Putting in the highlights in the eye and along the side of the face as well. And so now at this point what I'm doing is I'm just trying to sort of focus on adding the colours that I can see where I can see them, and it's only by doing this that you get something that actually looks like the original or somewhat like it. So it's just a case of, and this is, you know, it's hard, it's just about trying to match the colours and putting the colours in the right place. You can see that some of my colours are a little bit bright, and I do try and tone that down a bit. So I am literally just trying to get the same colour. I think that one is raw sienna, and just trying to put the same colour in the same place. So it's constantly referring back to the original, redrawing in the nose as well, and the ear. Adding in the highlights again. So you can see that in this video I'm working on top of all my blocks in colour, and I'm just trying to add in all of the highlights, all of the shadows and all of the fine details. So that's the order you want to go in. You're blocking in your basics first, and when you are happy you've got it all in the right place approximately, then you need to look closer at your details and shadows and highlights. Okay, so at this point, I mean, obviously I realise that this is not exactly the same. The face looks slightly different, but I'm not going to abandon this now. This is just a case of, as it is, it's an exploration, and it is just a case of doing the best that you can. And keep going, always keep going, keep working on it, because that's the nice thing about acrylic, is that you can always work on top of it, and you just finish when you know, at the point where you think, oh, do you know what, this is it, I can't do any more. So I do keep going for quite a while, keep trying to tweak it, keep trying to add those tones in. Now adding in the bright yellow that's on the face. Adding highlight to the ear, trying to bring that back together to give it a bit more form. and then trying to sort out the mouth. In the photocopy, actually the red does look a bit darker, but or sorry, a little bit more vibrant than it does on camera. So just keeping going back in and trying to match what I can see, putting things hopefully in the right place. Here's a little bit of purple and blue that I'm adding. In the photocopy it does look a bit more purple than it does on camera. Yeah, just trying to tone down that pink to make it less cool. It's a little bit more coral coloured. And then trying to sort out the lips, which are a little bit too, that highlight's too strong. And then trying to put the shadow around the nose and giving that face a little, giving the nose a little bit more dimension. Okay, so I'm more or less happy with this. Keep tweaking it a little bit. I'm going to add a bit more blue to the tape, but then we're more or less done. Trying to bring out the nose a little bit more. Okay, and that's just the finished article.